In this video, we're going to look at some different ideas that you can use to help experiment while you're revising, to help you revise more effectively, make it more enjoyable. And then also, when you go to the exam, make sure you're in the right frame of mind so that you've got the right mindset, do your best performance in the exam. We want you to go into the exam feeling cool, calm, confident, ready to succeed, ready to go. Keep watching the video and this will help you be as prepared as you can be, get the results you deserve, get the grades you want. How good does that sound?
Gamification. This is fantastic. One of the benefits of modern day technology, and certainly something that didn't exist when I was at school. So this is something I use a lot with my students. The idea with gamification is, as we can see here, it makes learning fun. Users are engaged. You kind of feel as though you're playing a game rather than actually studying, rather than learning. So there are lots of methods. Perhaps many of your teachers will have used Kahoot in the classroom. Kahoot is a lot of fun, very, very easy to set up questions. Another one is Quizlet. Quizlet I use a lot, particularly for vocabulary with students to help them learn vocabulary. Quizzes is another one. These are well worth experimenting with. Kahoot for me is better in the classroom rather than for independent learning. What I would suggest, if you get together with a group of friends, maybe you've got 5 or 6 of your friends that you study with, maybe you break up your course, break up your exam into different parts. So if you all create different questions on different topics, suddenly you build up quite a nice question bank. And then you can share those with each other. You can test yourself. It's a lot more fun than just writing things over and over. You just want to try and meet with some friends. It's a great way to learn and a lot more fun than more traditional methods. Using past papers is something I only really got into when I was at university doing my degree. And I found that basically each exam, although the questions were always different, and the questions for you will always be different, a lot of the topics were similar. So whatever the exam you're doing, usually there are maybe just 2 or 3, maybe 4 main topics that you need to know. You don't have to learn the whole course. This was something I went wrong at school. At school, I'd always try to learn everything and ended up knowing nothing. Many people would say that's still the case. I found when I was doing my degree that I could target certain things, guarantee they will come up. Now, you might not know the exact question, you could prepare for the topic. And this is where you can practice planning past papers. You don't necessarily need to write them. Then you know that you're ready for that sort of topic when it comes up. Talked about mind mapping somewhere else. You can add those to your mind maps, any areas that you don't know. Another note on past papers. Exam bodies and teachers are not trying to catch you out. Now, sometimes you might think this, testing you on what you know to see if you've reached a certain level. So they're not going to try and find something extremely obscure in one small corner of a book that nobody's read. They're looking to know what you know, the most important topics. So they're not trying to catch you out. Now, this is one that, as a teacher, gets me every time. I always tell my students to prepare the time before they go in. So before you go into the exam, you should find out how many questions you're going to have and therefore work out how much time you'll have on each exam. So here's an example. I used to teach an exam where the writing exam was 1 hour. Question 1 had 40% of the marks. Question 2 had 60% of the marks. So according to this, for this type of exam, there wasn't a lot of planning. Question 1 is worth 40%, give yourself 20 minutes. Question 2, 60% of the marks, then give yourself 40 minutes. Now, this might sound really obvious. Again, when I was marking these exams, it was shocking the number of people who would write an absolutely beautiful question 1. It was fantastic. They would score really, really high grade. Then when it came to question 2, they got their timings completely wrong. So often they'd only have about 15 minutes question 2, and yet it was worth 60% of the marks. So overall, they get a really bad grade, not based on their ability, not based on their English, just on the fact they hadn't given themselves enough time to complete question 2. And you can see it's worth 60% of the marks, much more important. So this is something you can think about. Going back to when I was a young lad at school, often with writing, we'd have to write maybe 3 questions in 2 hours. You don't want to know what I did when I was at school. It was terrible. But now it should be fairly obvious. You've got 2 hours to spend the first 10 minutes planning all 3 questions. And again, this was something I did when I was doing my degree. Spend the first 10 minutes writing your little mind maps, planning those out. I think it's best to do all 3 questions at once in that early planning stage. The way your mind's working, you're going to bounce around. You'll start thinking about question 3 when you should be writing question 1. Spending 10 minutes on all 3 questions at the beginning gets out a lot of those thoughts, a lot of that information. Once you've made your plans, you take 10 minutes over it, you then know that in front of you, you've got all of the information you need. You just need to write it clearly and organise it properly. By having it planned, you can almost relax and breathe because you know enough information there to answer the questions. You know you've remembered enough. You just need to write it down. Okay, so you look at your 3 questions, 2-hour exam for 3 questions, 35 minutes each, and then you've got 5 minutes spare at the end. So again, you need to monitor as you're going through. You need to be halfway, think about 15, 20 minutes. Halfway, technically it's 17 minutes. You need to keep monitoring that so that you know where you are at each point in the exam. Don't suddenly finish question 2 and realise you've only got 20 minutes left. Otherwise, you're not going to get the grade you deserve, the grade you've worked hard for, or the grade based on your knowledge. Very, very important. This might sound really obvious. Always aim to be early for your exam. This also goes for interviews. It's not the topic of the course, but when you're doing interviews in the future, this is the same thing. Make sure you see your location, you reach the destination in plenty of time. Have a look at these people in the pictures. You could get to a cafe, you could have a little snack there, maybe a cup of tea, put on some music, block out the rest of the noise, just to look over your notes, just to keep refreshing them in your mind. Don't attempt to try to learn anything new. Keep recycling the notes that we've discussed elsewhere. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I'll talk a lot about being in the right mindset, the correct state of mind to be able to perform at your best. So you need to be very, very careful about what's going through your mind, the thoughts that you're thinking. You must stay positive to stay calm. So a possible mantra you could say is something: I'm strong, I'm energized, I'm motivated, this is my time. Stay cool, calm, collected, positive mind, good vibes, great life. Whatever is good for you. Everybody has sort of different words that trigger them, make them feel good. It'll be something sort of funny. Fan of Austin Powers. He often used to say, "Oh, it's good to be me." And it makes you feel good. Something like that. Going into an exam, good to be me. I'm ready to go. All of these things will help you stay in the right mindset. Keep the negative thoughts out of the way. Forget about failing. You must focus on passing. You don't want to have any negative. To stay positive, stay calm. If you look on my YouTube channel, you'll see some other videos where I'll touch on the power of positive visualization. It's very, very important for exams to stay positive, to stay calm, to stay focused. So wherever you are, kind of practicing visualizing positive outcomes. Imagine yourself a result and how happy you'll feel. Visualizing the grades that you want to get. When you have some quiet time sitting down, just visualizing those. If you look at my YouTube channel, I've got a very good audio for visualization for exams. So if you'd like to listen to that, listen to it several times and you'll find it very helpful. It will help you focus, help you stay calm. You listen to it a few times, it will help you stay calm, help you stay focused, and help you perform better exams. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you found it positive. And hopefully there are enough things in there for you to take away to help you prepare better for exams in the future so that you can go into the exam feeling confident, focused, ready to be as successful as you can be to get the best results you can. Get the results you deserve, the grades that you want, or the grades you need. Thanks for watching the video. Remember to click on the likes and subscribes. If you've got any questions, either drop me a line or drop a message in the box below. Let me know how you like the video. Take care. Bye-bye.